Hello everyone, I'm Ion Ray, and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 10. Now, this is a game that's on Steam, and it's actually a pretty old game. It's from 2006. I wouldn't say it's old, but it's self-explanatory. It's a simulation game for flying airplanes. And I've been playing this game for a little bit. It's pretty fun. I've been playing for about a week now, and I'm actually thoroughly enjoying it. So, this is actually one of the missions that we're going to be doing. It is a tutorial mission, basically, one of the beginner ones to get you started, and it is a Rome to Naples flight. It's just a short flight, and figured to give it a shot, have some fun, and that's it. Let's get started.
I'll handle all radio communication on this flight. Hold short of the runway and I'll get our takeoff clearance.
Sure.
Fiume Tower, orbit 221, ready to go. Holding short 16 right.
Orbit 221, cleared for takeoff. Maintain runway heading, climb and maintain 4,000.
4,000. I actually know how to use the autopilot here.
Okay, we're cleared for takeoff.
I've watched a couple of tutorial videos
Let's head to Naples.
on using the autopilot in these jets, so I'm going to cheat. You're actually supposed to fly this whole mission completely manually. They don't teach you how to use this, but I know the secret. So we're going to set our vertical speed to 1,800 feet per minute. They gave us a clearance for an altitude of 4,000. And we're going to use the GPS navigator here to go ahead and guide us to Naples. So, a couple things here. And turn on the landing lights. And I'm going to switch panels here. Seat belts, obviously. I'm going to do our wing lights, nav and logo lights, strobe, recognition lights. I believe that is everything. Yes, okay. Now, I'm not so good at this game, so please don't make fun of me. But, the flying part is easy. The taking off, not so hard. The landing is where I believe it's going to be really sketchy. So, please bear with me. We're going to turn on the auto throttle, because I'm going to be using that. And let's get started. Alright. Yeah, this is a pretty simple flight. They don't really require you to taxi or anything. They pretty much get you started. Like I said, it's a beginner mission, so it's really not that hard. Getting used to flying a commercial jet after flying the single propeller or twin propeller engine planes is definitely different. It took me a while and a lot of frustrating retries to get this mission down the way I thought it needed to be done. Alright, so we're going to turn on the auto speed, or the speed switch. It's going to kick us up to 250 knots, and we're going to take off. Hopefully all goes as planned. I've ran this mission probably 5 or 6 times now.
V1. Rotate. V2.
Okay, now I'm going to click on the
Positive
altitude
rate, gear
hold,
up.
gear up, autopilot.
Orbit 221, contact Rome departure on 129.0. Have a nice flight.
Orbit 221, switching to departure, thanks. Set flaps 0. Rome departure, orbit
Flap
221 with you,
0,
climbing to
check.
4,000.
Orbit 221, Rome departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 6,000. Proceed direct, Pratica di Mare.
Up to 6,000, direct Pratica di Mare,
To
orbit 221.
6,000.
Alright, Captain, climb to 6,000 and fly direct to the Pratica di Mare NDB.
Absolutely.
Let's run through the after takeoff
6,000,
checklist. Landing
navigational
gear, up.
hold switch.
Flaps, set to
Check.
0. After takeoff checklist complete.
Ta-da! So yeah, like I said, you're supposed to be flying this thing manually, but I know the secret to the autopilot. So, I'll actually explain a little bit here. This right here is the, this is where you set the dial for your altitude. So we were cleared for 6,000 feet, so that's what I did. That's what I set it to. The vertical speed is how many feet per minute you want.
Have a look out to the left. There's Rome.
There's Rome, way out there. The vertical speed allows you to go ahead and select the pitch at which your plane is flying up or down. You don't want to fly down. That's bad. Obviously, you have your speed here, 250 miles per hour. This is the heading. If you don't want to follow the GPS and you want to follow the nav,
contact Rome Center on
you can do the heading instead.
Orbit
Which I'll
221
explain
switching
a
to
little
Rome
bit
Center.
here.
Thanks. Rome Center, Orbit 221 with you, climbing to 6,000.
Orbit 221, climb and maintain 1000.
Okay, cleared to
Up to 11,000, Orbit 221.
11,000
okay,
feet.
we're clear to climb to 11,000 feet.
Let's do it. Please, just let me. Oh my God! Every time every time the plane changes altitude or starts to go up or down, the mouse doesn't stay, and it's really frustrating. So there we go, 11,000 feet, and we're climbing at 1,800 feet per second. So yeah, this is the heading.
We're crossing over the product
Oh
of
my God,
Margate
shut up.
Bay. Turn to a heading of 092 degrees and fly to the Frosinone VOR.
Anyways, like I was saying, this is your heading. If I pull this up here, this tells you your heading. This is the multi-function display. This purple line here, or pink, whatever that is, you can follow that. Well, you can have the plane follow that with the GPS and the autopilot. So let me close out of his here, and when I hit Shift 3, that pulls up the GPS. The GPS tells you, or this is how you set your waypoints. And this is your flight plan here. I don't know if you guys can see this. I know when I try to pull up the messages and stuff, Fraps does not like that. So hopefully you guys can see this. If not, I have a GPS up here. You have the waypoints, and it'll tell you each waypoint along your active flight plan. So when you have autopilot on, the plane follows that active flight plan. Let's see, and then the nav hold switch. When you press this, it follows the GPS. And then you have your approach hold switch. Now, I have not figured out how to use the approach. I haven't really looked it up though, so yeah. Well, I've tried to use it, and every time I crash and fail miserably, and I kill everyone on board. Awesome. So
1,000 to go. Turn the landing lights and the seatbelt sign off. Level off at 11,000 feet and set cruise thrust. Don't exceed 340 knots.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign, indicating that it is safe to move about the cabin.
C.
For your own safety, though, we request that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you're in your seat during this short flight. We'll start our in-flight beverage service shortly.
Alright, so I'm going to actually turn the speed up to 300 miles per hour, or 300 knots, whatever. There we go. That way we can get through this flight a little bit quicker. And I may skip some of this stuff. The flight takes a little bit of time. We still have, let's see, the whole flight is 120 nautical miles. And at 300 miles per hour, 300 knots or whatever, you get through it pretty quick. It's like a 30-minute flight, but it's still fun nonetheless. If you want to do something relaxing with a little bit of challenge here and there, this game's really fun to play, especially if you play it on easy mode. It's when you take it to hard mode and you really try to fly this thing like you would in real life. It's when it gets really difficult. I personally like using the autopilot. It's fun. It feels realistic to me because that's how any commercial flight would go, I think. But let me give you guys a look of the plane. We are in Orbit Airlines. I don't know if this actually exists because I've never heard of Orbit Airlines before. But yeah, this game actually looks really good. Like I said, it was made back in 2006 as its own software, and I can't remember what company re-released it, but they released it on Steam, and it looks fantastic on here. For a game from 2006, it looks pretty darn good. Not bad. Fraps does not like when I zoom out. I don't know if I lost frames there or not, but I may have. Go back in the cockpit here. I'll give you guys a little more guide of the instrument panel. So, here we have the primary flight display. This shows you your pitch, I believe is what it's called, I think. I still don't know all the technical terms. Let me bring this up here. I don't know if you can actually see this. But you have the altitude, which we are currently holding 11,000 feet above sea level, not necessarily above the ground. And we're holding a speed, or maintaining, as they would say, speed of 300 knots. And this is your degrees, I believe, on your heading, basically. So then we have some backup instrumentation in case your computer display fails. The N1, which is, I believe, the amount of throttle or power you're giving to the engine. You have engine 1, engine 2, and then I can't remember what N2 is. We have our landing gear here. Obviously, we have our throttle control. We have our radio control, our spoilers, or our speed brakes, and flaps. Everything else is really technical, and I don't know about it, so I'm not going to pretend like I do. I basically know how to fly the plane, and that's about it. Don't ask me how to start it, because I don't know. Let's see, where are we at? 5 miles. We are going to go to waypoint FRS. And then we'll head to headpoint T, or waypoint T, TEA. Usually there's a little, usually there's like a compass type deal that shows you where to go, and we're turning. But there's usually a compass, and...
Center, World Travel 116 with you, climbing to 3,000 to maintain 6,000.
Shut up.
We're crossing over the Frosinone VOR. Turn to a heading of 123 degrees and fly to the Teano VOR.
Blah, 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 blah.
116, Rome Centre, good afternoon. Climb and maintain 1,000.
Up to 1,000 now, World Travel 116.
Anyways, I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, there's usually a compass up here, and it shows the waypoint of which way you're supposed to be going. At some point, I did a mission, and it disappeared, and I can't figure out how to get back up. There's a bajillion and one controls to this darn game, and it's annoying. But I understand, because it's a flight simulator, and there should be a bajillion and one controls. So let's see here. Is there anything else I can show you in this plane? Not really. So I am actually going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it here, and with the power and magic of video editing, I will see you in a second.
from.
And fly
And
to
poof,
a Gotti intersection.
we're back. Wait. This is not where I wanted to pick up.
Orbit
I'll be
221,
right
contact
back.
Naples approach.
And we're back again. Sorry about that. So we are about to land. I kind of sped up through the simulation because I just found out I could do that, and I think I missed some crucial information. So I'm actually going to go ahead. I'm going to drop my speed to 250 knots because as I sped up, it sped up the voices, and I couldn't hear a gosh darn thing, and some stuff sounded important. But in any case, we are 8 nautical miles from the first, or pretty much our approach. If you look on the GPS, and again, I don't know if you can see this or
Orbit
not.
221, descend and maintain 7,000.
Down to 7,000, orbit 221.
Down to
You catch that,
7,000.
Captain?
Oh my
Descend
god,
to
let me
7,000
change it!
feet.
Let me change it! Thank you. No.
Now that we're descending below 10,000 feet, turn the landing lights and the seatbelt sign on and reduce your speed to 250 knots. Ladies
Blah,
and gentlemen,
blah,
we're now
blah,
commencing
blah.
our descent into Naples. We hope you've enjoyed this short flight. Hope you'll join us again. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for landing.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten
So as you can
seatbelt
see,
sign.
we're going to be
In
making a
preparation
right,
for landing,
and
please
then a
make
right,
sure your seat backs and tray
and
tables
we
are in
will
the
be
upright,
on
fully locked position.
our final
We'll be making a final pass
approach
through the cabin to pick
here.
up any service items, and we'll be on the ground shortly.
Alright, so this is where it gets interesting, because every time I try to land one of these suckers, I usually crash and burn, or I fail miserably, or I land really bad. I don't think I've made a perfect landing yet, except
Orbit
in the little propeller
221,
planes.
turn right, heading 210. Reduce
So hopefully
speed to
I can do this
180
the
knots.
first time right for you
Right
guys.
to 210, slowing to 180, orbit 221. Start a right turn now to a heading of 210 degrees. Reduce thrust to bring our speed back to 180 knots.
210.
Set flaps 1.
Set flaps 1. Now here's the problem. I'm going to reduce my speed to 180 knots. But as I'm descending, the problem is the autopilot keeps the throttle on idle. And if I try to set the flaps with no gear down, it does this. And that's really annoying. So I don't do that. I wait until I get to the altitude desired on the altimeter.
Orbit 221,
And then
turn right
I-
heading 240. Descend and maintain
240.
3,000. Report the runway in sight.
I'm not even using
Right
the
to
heading thing, but
240,
I'm
down to
setting this
3,000,
just in
orbit 221.
case. Because
We're
I
almost there,
still
Captain.
haven't
Turn
figured
right
out
to
how the
240
approach
degrees
hold
and descend to
thing.
3,000 feet.
Descend to 3,000. Great. Okay. Now, normally, like I said, I'd set the altimeter, and then I wait for the plane to drop to the desired altitude, and then it starts to bring the speed back up, and that's when I can turn on the flaps. But the problem is, especially with landing gear up, so that's the problem. I need to wait until I drop to the desired altitude. I think, actually, I'm gonna try the approach thing again. I don't think it's gonna work. I really hope it works, though. I mean, the approach is pretty spot on to what the GPS wants. I believe approach gives me control again of the plane. Not up and down, but side to side, I guess, is what I'm looking for. And there is the airport there. I will zoom in a bit here. That's it right there. It's not fully made out yet because, well, graphics can't update that fast. Or else it'd be killing the machine, especially with Fraps running right now. But we should be seeing the airport soon. Again, it's in this brown space. It should start to come out really soon. There it is. There's our, yep, right there. That's where we're landing. Okay, so still descending. Alright, so I'm gonna set approach and I'm gonna see what happens. Altitude
We have the
switches
runway inside
off.
orbit 221.
Orbit 221 cleared for the visual approach. Runway 24.
Cleared for the visual, orbit 221. That's
Alright,
the airport about 8
I
miles
hope
ahead,
this
just
works.
northeast of the city. Continue descending to the runway and maintain 180 knots. The airport is about 300 feet above sea level.
Like I said, I don't think I can go up and down. No, I can't go up and down, but I believe I can go side to side, and I don't want to adjust myself quite yet. I'm hoping the approach thing works.
Orbit 221, contact Naples Tower now on 118.5.
We're almost at
Orbit 221,
3,000
roger.
feet.
Naples Tower, orbit 221 on the visual approach for runway 24.
Orbit 221, Naples Tower, wind calm, runway 24, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, orbit 221. Okay, we're cleared to land. Lower the landing gear, slowly add full flaps, and reduce your speed to 140 knots for the approach.
140 knots. Gear down. And now we can do full flaps. We're going really fast. See, this is I think this is what the approach does. It helps level out the plane, so you're doing everything right. Although, I'm really hoping this thing is working right. It's really worrying me.
Let's run through the before landing
Flaps, yep,
checklist.
full flaps.
Landing gear, down. Flaps, set to full.
Man, I hope I get this right. I'm nervous.
Landing checklist complete.
Alright. I may have to turn this thing off. Yeah, I'm turning it off. Turning that off. See, I was all good. I turned that off, and now apparently I'm not good. Oh, and I'm getting good again. And I'm not good. Oh my goodness! This is so nerve-wracking. This is a lot harder than it looks, I promise. Or maybe I'm just really bad at this. I have no idea. And I'm all red. I am not good at all. Alright. I gotta kill the auto throttle here soon. Pretty sure. Oh man. I think I'm coming in at a bad angle. I think. I'm not really sure. Okay, turning the auto throttle off. Cutting this. And I may be doing this okay. I'm a little to the left, but this is a lot better than it normally goes. Oh, right. Yeah, wait. Ooh, brakes. Oh my goodness. Where's my flaps? Or spoiler, I already have the flaps up. Oh my goodness, I'm pretty sure I would have actually killed everyone. Let's slow down.
Orbit 221, welcome to Naples. Continue rollout, turn left to taxiway Bravo.
I
Ground on
think
point niner,
that
orbit
may
221.
have been Bravo. I'm not entirely sure.
Keep
No, that
taxiing
was...
toward the end of the runway. Bravo is the second taxiway from the end.
Okay. That could have gone a lot worse. At least I didn't kill everyone this time. Gonna increase my speed here a little bit.
Take a left here on taxiway Bravo.
Sure. I'm satisfied. For as hard as it is to land one of these things, I'm satisfied. Like I said, that could have gone a lot worse, and it has gone a lot worse. And maybe it would have been more entertaining if it would have gone worse, but I'm happy. And that's all that matters. I'm just kidding.
Stop here. Set flap 0, check spoilers down. Naples
Check
ground, orbit
spoilers
221.
down.
Orbit 221, taxi to the terminal.
To the
Spoiler
terminal,
down.
orbit 221.
Flaps
Taxi
up.
straight ahead. We park at gate A3. That's just to the right of that other A321.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Naples. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop at the gate and the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. It's been our pleasure to serve you, and we hope you'll choose to fly with us again soon. Have a great day here in
Like
Naples
I said,
or wherever your final destination may be.
Very satisfied with that. Could have gone a lot worse. I feel like I did okay. Definitely need work, but I will grow, we will grow together. Start to dial this back a little bit. I believe I'm supposed to park right there. So,
Set the parking brake, turn off the fasten seatbelt sign, and shut her down. Nice flying, Captain.
sure. Alright. Turn off the landing light. Seatbelt signs. Or seatbelt signs. Seatbelts off. Blah, blah, blah. What else do I need to do? Oh, yeah, parking brake. Where is that? Boop. Okay. Parking brake. And how do I shut this thing off? If I... Okay. I think that was pretty successful. Again, I'm Ion Ray. Thank you for joining me. This was really fun. I hope you guys had fun. I know I cut most of the flight out, but I tried to save you from some of the boredom. Well, at least maybe for you, but for me, I enjoyed. But I wasn't going to be able to talk for another 100 nautical miles. So, thank you all again, and... Actually, this was my first actual video doing something like this, so I hope you guys had fun. I know I had fun. I'm Ion Ray. See you later.